Good morning, survivors. Welcome to Lupus Journals, where we strive to write our struggles into strength. I'm Shan, the advocate. This is the morning after my Saphnelo infusion, and I guess I'm like more on the emotional side because it just takes me a minute to process. And I'm like, I think I'm like looking back, and I think I'm thinking about like the realities of situation. Like, my thing is like, I'm happy that I woke up this morning. That's like something I never really think about, is like, oh, I'm happy to wake up, because I don't really think much. I think I'm gonna wake up in a certain way. And after like the infusion yesterday and not knowing what it could do to me, it's like I'm extremely happy to have woken up today. And then I'm also sad because I'm like, I was so alone yesterday, and it makes me realize how much I just like, I don't know, stuff I haven't like worked through, and I don't know, I'm just like pretty much a mess this morning. I had other people, like there was other people there with their infusions, and they had family and loud conversations and laughs, and I'm like in my back corner just like trying to process my first infusion. I think it's a big deal because like feels like it shouldn't be a big deal for some reason, and then like inside and then logistically it's like, no, like you're doing like a lot to be healthy. And then that becomes really overwhelming to think of all the medicine I have to take. I had to take these injections, I have to take daily medication, and now I have to take monthly medication. And it's like, it's so frustrating to think like this is what I have to do to survive. And what I feel when I am not doing this. I have to keep building this support system, this support. I often don't let anybody in because I really don't feel like they're going to understand. I barely understand myself. I just know what I feel, and I struggle with communicating that in all areas, not just my lupus. I think my lupus is just the hardest. I feel statements aren't as strong as data and other people's opinions and other people's I feel statements, you know? Majority of the time. I think right now I'm in like this harsh reality of like what I don't have, what I need to do, what needs to be changed. And it's so much work. And it's like I'm not discouraged, and I feel like this medicine, like because I woke up, I can think like it's going to be okay. And that I'll like continue to have a good response to it. Excuse me. And not think about what like might come tomorrow. Stresses me out. I also have to remember not to expect this immediate reaction, because I take things and I like look and expect, all right, this pain is supposed to be gone because I've swallowed the pill. And that's not the case. And I end up being disappointed and sad or anxiously waiting for a change. It's just a tough morning, I will say. It's definitely a tough morning. And I want to isolate and I want to be alone. Because like I'm used to being alone. And I'm registering the self-sabotage I've done in like 24 hours. And in the back of my head, it's like, oh, you're usually alone, so stay alone. Remove the few people that are there. Remove the few people that are there right now. Also, because of the people you're remembering aren't there. And I know that probably doesn't make sense, but I guess that's a day for another video. And I guess like, again, why it's so difficult to like talk about my lupus is because it ends up tying into other stuff. I think about like where I am right now. I think about the people who didn't believe me when I couldn't walk, when I had blistering rashes. And like they weren't there for me then, and they're not there for me now. I think it still hurts just as much. And it's frustrating and it's saddening because they're not there, and then it's still like no one else is still there either. So it becomes this harsh reality. Think about like, what about me keeps people away from me? I'm going to end this one. Thank you for listening, survivors. Please keep surviving. And check me out on my next video where I'll try to elaborate more and make more sense. Comment, share, like, please.